This is always ready, Matt Cardona, the internet champion and the host of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. But there's another podcast I want you to check out, and that is the Crash and Burn Podcast. Check it out every single episode. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, do all that fun stuff, and you never know. Maybe one day you'll see the Crash and Burn Podcast take on the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast in the middle of the ring. And you know who's going to win? Me. Because you guys, you're not always ready. Crash and Burn!
We're gonna rip some pussy tonight.
You're
sorry about what Lucas just said there before. But welcome to everyone to another episode here on the fastest rising podcast of all wrestling, the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. Jason just mentioned something in chat. Oh, never mind. But today we are reviewing another bad pay-per-view for Bad Pay-Per-View Month. We are reviewing one of the worst ever pay-per-view names in history, a pay-per-view they should never bring back, and that is Bragging Rights 2010. That pay-per-view was fucking terrible. I thought 2009 was a better year for Bragging Rights.
Yep.
This will be one of our last episodes for Bad Pay-Per-View Month. We will have another one tomorrow, which will be stay tuned. But I got three great friends here who are going to do this episode with me. With at least it was one of my favorite years in WWE 2010, especially a good pay-per-view of my childhood. But we're ready to look at the shitty card here. First, I want to introduce Lucas.
Yes, you heard me. You know, I like ripping things apparently. But yes, we're here. I'm doing this episode. Back in 2010. Again, one of the worst pay-per-views of this one. One of the matches that I remembered, and I definitely did not like the way it ended. Just the way that they treat this person in a Barrett Wyatt match. But with this one, it's gonna be great for all of us to basically rant about, especially that main event as well. So yeah, pretty much.
All right. Next up, we are introducing here the assassin Josh Danker.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Welcome back to Bad Pay-Per-Views Month. It is I, the assassin Josh Danker here. Going back in our time machine to good old 2010 to recap Bragging Rights. Now, Bragging Rights started in 2009. I don't know why they did this, but I agree with Wyatt. 2009 was a better Bragging Rights, but we're going to run down this shitty card. I mean, the card, as I'm looking at it, looks very shitty. So, yeah, let's get into this. I remember this pay-per-view, but, yeah.
Yeah. Next up, I want to introduce the guy right here, the guy that we are freaking glad and the greatest person to ever see rant, besides some of the people on the podcast. But this guy is the best guy to have on a Bad Pay-Per-View Month episode.
Yes.
That is AJ.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Crash and Fucking Burn Wrestling Podcast. And today, we're reviewing Bragging Rights of 2010. As much as I hate to say that name, oh my god. This pay-per-view fucking replaced Survivor Series matches. Pretty much. Like, for Raw and SmackDown going against each other for brand.
That's a good point.
I feel like this was the bad idea. I feel like this was a bad idea from the start.
Bragging Rights was a Walmart Survivor Series.
Exactly.
Yes.
Dollar store
The
Survivor.
Walmart Survivor Series.
Let's review this sumbitch pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. So you ready for the card?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Unfortunately,
The first match on the card. It was an interpromotional champion versus champion match. The United States champion Daniel Bryan defeated Dolph Ziggler, the Intercontinental champion, by submission.
Oh, this match.
I remember that.
This match, in my opinion, I think both men really killed it here. I think Bryan and Ziggler, I think this was the best match I've ever seen Bryan and Ziggler actually compete in. But I did love the reversible moves, just running into each other. The kicks Daniel Bryan did were pretty skillful. But I did love, but I'm definitely a great reversible moves. It looks like them two tried to murder each other during that match. But I did love the move where Daniel Bryan was like lifting Dolph Ziggler, and Ziggler ends up cross-bodying Daniel Bryan, lands on top of him. 1, 2, Daniel rolls over. 1, 2, kick out. And I did. You should see Vicky Guerrero ringside screaming her freaking lungs out. And of course, they've argued with the referee after the match. But definitely, really a really good match here. But in my opinion, I know we haven't reviewed 2010 Night of Champions, but it kind of felt a little too early to put the U.S. title on Daniel Bryan, even though his reign wasn't as bad as I thought it was. But I think Daniel Bryan versus Dolph Ziggler is a definitely good match. It was actually a really good match. To start off the show. Even though the show sucked, it was still actually a really good match. It's kind of weird because Daniel Bryan for Dolph Ziggler, it only took one label lock to make him tap out.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start off with Lucas.
Yes, so with this one, I'm gonna agree with Wyatt here. There was too early to put the belt on Bryan around that time because he was he was out of Ring of Honor as Bryan Danielson, and he was killing on that scene, being the longest reigning RH champion, I think, or that's Mojo, I don't know.
And now he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's gonna be Hall of Fame for Ring of Honor, which is awesome. Shout out to that. But with that being said, again, say what you want, Ziggler, but Ziggler is damn good in the ring when Nakachi comes to those big matches. And I said before, with Bryan actually in that one, it actually was a good match. Bryan, actually killed it actually in this match. This is before, all the yes gimmick and Michael Cole, basically called him a nerd, basically.
That was the start of it.
The start of it.
Because I remember Michael Cole on commentary that night calling him a nerd.
Yep, that was the exact start of it.
Yep.
And I'm surprised he didn't choke him out with a tie like Justin Roberts. But, we're not getting into that. We're not going to get into that.
God.
Yeah, but with that being said, this match is very good. I think it's probably the best match at this card, honestly. Because the way of, how, fast-paced it is and how technical, really how, basically Dan Bryan has evolved, over the years. Say what you want about him now, but he's one of the best technical wrestlers in the world as of today.
That is true.
That's true.
It was kind of too early to put the title on him because Daniel Bryan joined the Nexus, failed,
and got fired,
gets released, comes back,
right,
joins Team WWE, and then after Miz dumping him and shitting on him over failing as his NXT rookie, you put the belt on him.
The point is and the Bryan rookie thing, the Bryan has been more in the ring than the Miz around that time as well. So really, the Miz should have been a rookie, but Dan Bryan should have been the pro. Just saying.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
To be honest.
All right, AJ.
Yeah, I can agree with you guys. I feel like this was a really solid match. Ziggler and Bryan going at it, at 2010, that would have been such a classic because, these guys could do moves and everything. Bryan with the
label lock.
Yeah, and also Ziggler with the zigzag and the master. Really, really great stuff, man. Fantastic. What a match, to be honest. Kind of underrated because they're both mid-card champions at the time, and this was really an underrated match. Nobody even talked about this today. This was a really solid match. Because both men were really good at the time, at their primes, at the WWE.
Well, with that, this is before Bryan. I want to say Bryan Danielson. I'm gonna call Bryan Danielson. This is before Bryan Danielson got into his prime. He was in his prime when, honestly, in 2013, 2014.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like this was the start of Bryan's career, and this was when Ziggler was like in his prime, like becoming a mid-card champion and then coming to a world champion. But
Ziggler was like the best mid-card champion that year.
yeah, and not doing anything with him, which sucks. And needs to like depart WWE as ASAP, but he's probably gonna be a WWE guy for life. But anyways, overall this match was really, really solid. I love this. What did I send to the group chat?
Okay. Josh?
Honestly, I agree with all you guys. This was one of the best matches. Like, probably the best match of the card. And you know, the way these two, their meshing styles really kicked in, and they really had a great chemistry. They had great chemistry with each other, and the way they put on this match was great. So yeah, it was a great match. I liked how these two, you know, their chemistry worked. They put on some great back-to-back moves, and yeah, the match did really well. Great way to start it off.
Yes. All right. Next match. Ready for this one? AJ, ready to boo?
Oh no.
John Cena and David Otunga from the Nexus defeated Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre for the WWE Tag Team.
Oh, I remember this.
This is hilarious.
Oh, I remember this.
This was hilarious.
This was literally less than a month when Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre randomly winning a tag team gauntlet at Night of Champions.
I remember that.
This was so like, this was like literally less than a month than this happened. Like Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre is a tag team. John Cena and David Otunga is a tag team. You know, you have Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre coming out, cutting a promo that they would challenge anybody in the back for those tag titles. And they was hoping it would be a tag team from Raw. Then you hear the dumbass, anonymous general manager say, "May I have your attention, please? I have just received an email from the general manager, and I quote, that there will be a team for you to take on tonight, and we've got one from Monday Night Raw." Wade Barrett comes out, cuts the promo, says he's going to have David Otunga and John Cena take him on. And then literally the match was so obvious that David Otunga and John Cena were going to win because of John Cena joining the freaking, being forced to work with Wade Barrett. Yeah. Like, I understand, like, you know, you didn't have to go, like, that far with them winning the tag team titles, you know, with Cena and Otunga winning the tag titles. Of course, John Cena AA David Otunga after the match, and Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre winning the tag titles for no reason. These two teams, tag teams that never felt like dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Which they could have done so much more with Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. Like, I think Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre is a better tag team than Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow, to be exact.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, you know.
Internet.
But, you know, it is what it is. But I forget, who did they drop the titles to? Didn't they drop them like Santino and Kozlov or something?
I think so, yeah.
I have a feeling that they did, but
Yeah,
so,
they did. Yeah, they did. No, wait, yeah.
I think it was. All right, AJ, you want to start off?
Yes. Oh my fucking god.
Go.
This has to be the most random shit I ever seen, bro.
The match was 6 minutes.
Oof.
What?
That's long
Why? Why 6 minutes? What? All right. First of all, Cena and Natalya as a team makes no sense
Not at all.
because of the
No.
Nexus stuff, but that group was buried from the start. And then we had another team that was fucking random. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, who hold the tag titles in a month, wasn't it? For a month?
At least less than a month.
Oh my fucking god.
Who did they
W-
pin? Mark Henry and Evan Bourne?
WWE that the creative stuff was fucking random at the time because they obviously had two lower card guys at the time, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, who weren't even doing anything, I'm assuming, to be in the fucking tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was a dumb move, and I'm glad they dropped the titles against Cena and Natalya, which that's another one that doesn't make sense. But I think wait, who defeated Cena and Natalya for the tag titles? I forgot.
I feel like it was Santino and Kozlov.
I'll
But
look it
if
up
you
right
know who it is, comment below.
Yeah,
I'll look it up right now.
or maybe Michael McGillicuddy and Otunga.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
Because
alright.
Otunga and McGillicuddy were a tag team.
Oh, anyways, but this was fucking random, dude. Worst match of the night. 6 minutes for a tag team match. 6 minutes.
I know.
What?
I know.
What?
That's longer.
That's like longer than fucking EC3 and WWE.
No, AJ. What it is like I last longer than 6 minutes in the bed. So yeah.
I mean, that's true.
I mean, hey.
I mean, that's true, dude.
I'm looking at it
That's
right
true.
now. I'm looking at it right now. Give me a moment. It was.
I'm done. Oh my god, fuck this match.
Yeah. Josh,
It
you
was
want to go
the
then?
okay, listen
Yeah.
to this. It was the Nexus again, but Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel.
Yeah.
What?
I'm not even lying. I was just looking it up. Look it up.
So that means Santino and Kozlov took the titles off Slater and Gabriel.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, that's what it
Remember
was.
that match too.
God, this team was fucking forgotten, dude. Heath Slater and Gabriel as a tag team, fucking great. But they're very underutilized.
Mm-hmm. So,
Gabriel was.
Josh, you want to go, man?
Yeah. You know what? I remember Drew McIntyre and Cody being the most random tag team at that time. I'm like, what the fuck is Drew Cody as a tag team? You know, it was the most terrible match. I thought the chemistry did not work. Really, John Cena and David Otunga as a team. You gotta.
Age.
I get Cena had to join the Nexus if he lost that match, but you know, after a while, you know, he left a few months later. You know, well, after a while, he left the Nexus after a while. So, but yeah, the match was terrible. You literally had John Cena become a tag team champion. Like, why treat one of your top guys like that? Come on. But yeah, it was just a shit show.
Lucas.
Yeah. So with that one, I'm gonna be honest with this one. This one sucked. At 6 minutes, I can last longer in bed than that. Just honestly, I can last an hour.
Everyone can.
But with that being said, this is the most random time. I understand with the Nexus with John Cena had to join them, whatever, but that's just random, bro. Like, you obviously John Cena's gonna turn on him and get and you know beat him up, and you know which a month later he kicked Wade Barrett's ass in TLC. So how is that was gonna work, huh? Like, didn't work. The Nexus. I said it again. I said before, and I'll say it again. They could have been a great faction. They could have been a long-lasting faction. But the SummerSlam bullshit that happened, it obviously, you know, it's John Cena. What do you expect from John?
Yes! Oh! And
then ever since Cena joined the Nexus went to waste.
Yeah.
It went to waste.
Cena
They
burying
should
the
have
ball.
continued the feud till Mania 27.
Exactly. Like, this is the thing I'm saying. Like, you could have them a dominant faction, and they could have been casting Scorch of the Shield or something like that. They could have. But no.
That goddamn Cena!
It made no sense for Cena to join the Nexus whatsoever.
It made no sense.
Exactly. Just because John Cena, he's a basic missionary. He just,
I
you
love
know.
Cena, but you didn't have to do that.
Exactly. We could have put him over again. This is why to bring him terror. To play bad.
Yeah,
But
they
like
could have had
the random bullshit, like Cody and Drew could have been a lot better, but nothing worked.
no, nothing. You all ready for the next match?
Yep.
Yep.
Ted DiBiase with Maurice defeated Goldust with Oksana.
I remember this.
Oh
I
my
remember
God.
this. I remember this.
Same.
Yes. All right. AJ is upset because this was a shit match. You know how Ted, I remember 3 weeks back before the match, literally Goldust is sending all these weird messages that he wants that $1 million title, having him challenge for a retired title. A retired title.
Yeah. A
Like,
retired title that's been retired
you
in
know,
the longest time.
who remembers when Maurice was Ted DiBiase's girlfriend?
Barely know.
I do.
I do.
This was before Maurice and Mrs. Prime, like as a couple. But
Yeah,
you know, I mean, Ted DiBiase Jr. I mean, this match was probably the more of a random match on the card. Like they're both on the Raw brand. It made no sense for them to have the match at Bragging Rights.
Right.
But as of that, the match was very slow, in my opinion. You know, you did have like Oksana get her ass kicked by Maurice because Oksana was Goldust's NXT rookie, which they were supposed to have some kind of wedding on NXT.
And then
Oksana actually had blonde hair at the time. If anyone didn't
he looked
know.
like a gold digger. I'm kidding.
Yeah. What was this? What is this? The PG version of Goldust and his one girl back in the Attitude Era? Like, you know, with that though, you know, Ted DiBiase could have won at least by a Dream Street, or you could have had, but no, you had him win by a freaking DDT with Goldust sitting on his knees.
What?
That
was the
after the match, Oksana and Ted DiBiase almost kissed, and then Goldust hit him with the cutter, hit him with the movie cutter, and then left.
Lucas, give me that right now.
AJ, you want to go first? You want to rant?
Yes. First of all,
go.
Lucas, give me that Pop-Tart, boy. I'm kidding.
I will
AJ,
punch
you're
on
so
you.
greedy.
Anyways,
let AJ talk.
What the fuck was that? Really? Okay, first of all, one underrated superstar versus a legend. Why? For a title that just recently got bought back and then just retired it all of a sudden again? What the point? What is the point of that? Seriously. First of all, you got Ted DiBiase, who was fucking underrated. What an underrated wrestler, bro. He could have been done a lot more. He could have been a world champion.
Mm-hmm.
But no. But anyways, Goldust, another one, could have been a world champion, but they fucked him up many times. And then he was a fucking legend at the time. And then they ended the match with a fucking DDT. Are you serious? You could have had like a movie cutter or Dream Street or any other finisher they had. But you had a fucking DDT. Imagine that. DDT as a finisher. And I see that in the past, like people using DDTs as a finisher, but that was when they were actually good and like they were on their primes and shit. But they've been overused for years.
Yeah.
And I'm
so AJ, you're gonna get pissed off even more when I say this.
First of all, fuck this match. This match sucked and could have been a way better match.
Yeah. You want to know what's worse than that?
Oh
Ted
my
DiBiase
god!
beat Mark Henry by jumping, snapping his arm.
What?
anyone in like 4
Who
minutes.
defeated Mark Henry?
Ted DiBiase Jr.
Ted DiBiase.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What he said.
Yup.
What?
Yep.
I'll go for this.
All right, Lucas. Josh, I'll let you go last. Lucas, you want to go?
Okay. So I remember this because they had this $1 million thing going on. Goldust came back, whatever, Didn't work out. I'm gonna say it right now. Already didn't work out. And then I had the match, and it was bullshit. I remember Teddy obviously Marisa as Marisa's manager, or whatever, or Ted Dobson was, or what, I don't know what it was. That was just random. And but with a DDT to end it, you could have the $1 million dream. You could have had Dream Street. You could have had Final Cut, like Shadow Dream. So whatever you can come up with. But DDT, the only finisher that you pull that off is Jake Snake Roberts. That's the only thing. That's the only person that can pull that shit off. But no, this match was bullshit, straight up bullshit, and I'm just glad that this rival was not pushed on. Like Goldust was fucked in the beginning. Like he could have been something like special, but that album didn't work. That T. Robinson Jr. could have been something special, but obviously they didn't see that in him. Like, I guess not. I mean, I guess we never know. Josh, you go.
Joshua.
All right. Yeah, I know. I remember back in the day watching this feud. It like really, Goldust, you went after a title that was held by your opponent's father, and literally had a great legacy behind the character, and literally was a major stable point of the character. $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase Sr. Literally. Too stupid.
Too stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, this match was fucking horrible. I literally forgot for a second. Wait, Maurice was with Ted DiBiase, and then I was like, oh wait, yeah. It was like a random fucking pair up. And then Oksana, I remember her and Goldust, like with the whole wedding thing. It was so fucking stupid because like Oksana, you were on NXT as Goldust rookie, not to fucking make out have a freaking relationship. Like this match literally was horrible. It fucking sucked. Why would you have two why would you have two of the same people on the same brand fight each other? Like that's just dumb. So yeah, I fucking hated it.
Yep.
Wow. All right, you guys ready for the next match?
Yes.
All right. Layla defeated Natalya to retain the Divas Championship, which
What?
was the Co-Divas Championship.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh,
Yeah.
remember that Co-Divas Championship shit?
Like, who
Oh,
remembers when Lay Cole was a double Divas champion?
yes, that actually was good. Actually, that shit was
Lay
good.
Cole at this day would have been great as women's tag team champions.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Lay Cole deserved a women's tag team title shot if you could have gave us a Lay Cole reunion.
Please
Yeah.
do.
Like, Lay Cole was the shit at the time.
Yeah, it was.
It was a
Lay
great
Cole
deal.
was absolutely incredible. Everyone hated Lay Cole. Lay Cole was the most booed and hated women's pair up that time. And they did great.
Mm-hmm.
Having the women's title snap in half, and Layla had one part, Michelle McCool had one part. It kind of worked. But you did have Layla and beat Natalya for 5 minutes.
What?
Which a match never, I really didn't care much for this match, though. Even though it's something I could care less about. Josh, I'm going to let you go first.
Honestly, Lay Cool was the shit back in the day. I have to agree, hands down. But literally, they made the Divas Championship like a friendship necklace. Like, you ever seen those friendship necklaces? Like, you give one half to your best friend, you keep the other half. That's basically what it was. It was kind of like Layla has a half and Michelle McCool has a half. So it's like their best friend. So it was like a friendship necklace in the style of a championship, which it was kind of interesting at the same time, but stupid. But yeah, another shitty match. I'm not even gonna say anything. This match was just bullshit. Really, 5 seconds.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. What a waste.
It was like 5 seconds, so you're not wrong.
Yeah.
All right. AJ.
Oh. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay. This was my problem with Divas matches. They didn't even give them time. 5 minutes? You gotta be kidding me. This was when Layla was the shit. But they really did great. But I wish they fucking sign again and then have the women's tag titles. Because they would have brought up the ratings at least today. But Layla as Divas champion going against Natalya.
One half of the Divas champion.
Yeah. Why? That was like the most random match I ever seen. Anyways, but Layla's really underrated though, for real.
She is.
Yeah.
She is.
And also Michelle McCool as well. Both talents are very underrated, and they were great talents. But WWE let go of Michelle McCool way too early. Way too early.
You could have a dream match with some people. By
Yeah, but you could have had like a tag match between like Undertaker and Michelle McCool versus Edge and Beth Phoenix at least. That would have been cool. But
actually, I know he's retired now, but still, if that was like 2020 or 2019, that would work.
yeah, but
Edge
anyway,
wasn't cleared to 29.
anyways, this match
He was not clear, but still.
this was fucking random, and I don't care about this match.
No.
Lucas.
Yeah, so I'm gonna agree with AJ and say what Way was definitely underrated. I loved Way, honestly, when she came back and she was like the baby face. I loved that shit honestly back then. But Way Cool back then, I hated them with a passion. I fucking hated them with a passion. And the splitting up deal shit. I thought actually that shit was good. Because the reason why I said it was something different and actually worked. Because it actually kept me invested about how it was. Like, imagine we got Way Cool versus the Iconics, or the Inspirationals that they call now. The Inspiration versus Way Cool. That will be sick.
Right.
Yeah, that will be like 2 generations of annoying tag teams going at it.
Yeah, I think the Iconics is the 2.0 of Lay Cool.
Yeah, basically. But with that being said, like, that mattress is nothing special. This, around that time, no one cared about, the women's division around that time, probably except for probably Beth Phoenix and, her rivalry with Way Cool, which honestly was a good rivalry actually as well. They had that great CLC match. And this one, Beth Phoenix returned, or that was Survivor Series?
I start to feel like that was Survivor Series because it was just Natalya. It might have been Survivor Series.
What? Yeah, she was injured for a couple months.
She was.
I remember, but I don't know. But this match was pointless.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready for the next match?
Oh my fucking
AJ start getting fussy. Ready? Kane defeated Undertaker in a buried alive match for the World Heavyweight Championship.
This is the match I want to rant about.
I remember this.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Let me
It's
go
just
first.
so
It
weird
was so
that
stupid.
they would have an Attitude Era rivalry fighting for the world title in the PG era. It just really didn't feel exact right because literally The Undertaker really came back to get his ass kicked by the Nexus. That's
Why?
what he came for.
Why?
That's exactly what happened in the Raw 900th episode.
Fucking god.
But as of that, if anyone can really, if anyone can remember this match, I remember they've had a match at Hell in a Cell. They've had a match at Night of Champions, I believe.
Yep.
The Buried Alive match. The match wasn't bad. I didn't like the fact they brawled through the crowd. And, with that, literally all they had, you had Paul Bearer there. You know what they had? You know what happened? How Undertaker lost? The only reason Kane won?
Because
The
when
goddamn Nexus. The goddamn Nexus. Coming out for no reason to attack the Undertaker. All they did.
Reason of that, bro.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
All that happened was the Nexus came out for no reason. They did nothing with the Nexus and Taker to have the storyline after that match. Nexus came out, kicked Undertaker's ass. Kane tells him to leave, which Kane could have at least attacked him. But no, Kane scared him off. Then Kane threw Undertaker in, and you know what he did? Instead of getting shovels and shit, he got a tractor and dumped, Kane called the tractor and dumped all the dirt in.
They did the Undertaker right signature move. They did that as well.
Yeah. Even did the Hell's Gate, and Kane was tapping out.
Yep.
But
okay. I'm gonna go first. I'm going out of gate.
I'm gonna tell you, this match though, it just really doesn't feel right to happen in 2010.
No.
Oh,
just saying. With that, I have nothing else to say. It's just, I thought the match was very solid. Like, all you did, what did you do after the match? Just have Undertaker's theme song play? Like, Lucas.
I'm gonna go first out of the gate.
You're going first.
So this started all the way back in 1997, where Paul Bearer basically said, you have a brother that's a wife. We try to kill your family in this house fire. Undertaker admit that was true, but he doesn't believe that Kane was dead or anything like that. And out comes Bad Boy in 1997 and Hell in a Cell with Shawn Michaels. Kane comes out with Paul Bearer and start Tombstone, and then the Royal Rumble. Before then, they reunited, and Kane helped out Undertaker twice before then. But then Kane chokeslammed him into a casket at the Rumble of 1998 and burned him. And a couple months later, Undertaker came back, had a match at WrestleMania 14, which was a great match. And then they had another match with an Inferno match, and Undertaker won that as well. They combined matches or whatever, and then they had a short rivalry in 2000, I think, with the Undertaker and Kane got unmasked. But then the rivalry was very renewed in 2010, where Paul Bearer was winding himself. Paul Bearer came back under the casket, and then Undertaker. So no, it was Undertaker was in the vegetarian state, and Kane was accusing all these people. It started with Jack Swagger, CM Punk, and Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And they accused them. They all said what they said or whatever. And Rey Mysterio said it was actually Kane that did it, put him in vegetarian state. And then at SummerSlam, he tombstoned them. And then on the next Friday, he admitted it, that he put in vegetarian state just because he felt like he was the outsider of the family. And they had their match, and then Paul Bearer came back, and then he won with the Undertaker at Night of Champions. And then he lost that match. But it was a pretty solid match, but not really the best match. Mm-hmm. Then at Hell in a Cell, they had a match, and Paul Bearer betrayed Undertaker for some kind of dim light. He won himself for King again for the goddamn millionth time. And then you had also the match at the Buried Alive match. And this started because Kane buried Undertaker 2003, and that ended the American Badass gimmick. You remember that match with Vince McMahon, the Buried Alive match?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
what pay-per-view was that?
Oh god.
That was Survivor Series, I think. I think it was Survivor Series.
We'll have
Or
to
Judgment
review it.
Is it Survivor Series or Judgment Day? One of those two things. But, they had a match at WrestleMania. Undertaker played Mind Games or whatever at that time, 2004. So they had the Mind Games again. Undertaker would gain his power and walked out the ring fast as I saw him run and walk because usually he's slow as a fucking turtle. But then they had a match at Barrett Alive. Not Barrett Alive, Bragging Rights. And it was a solid match. I'll give it that. But then the Nexus come out.
There's
And
no
that's
reason
when
for the Nexus to
it
come
didn't
out.
make any sense.
No.
I don't know if Paul Bear or Cade planned it, or they just come for no reason, just like they did with their debut. But it's just it was pointless because it was just Undertaker and Kane, a story rivalry that brother versus brother, and they made that so stupid because of the Nexus. Because of the Nexus. And it pissed me off. Because Undertaker and Barry Wyatt matches, he lost 3 straight of those matches. 3 straight. He lost in Mankind, Vince, and Kane. In those 3 matches. He could at least beat Vince. Or Kane. But no. You can't beat him in your match, apparently.
If Undertaker didn't lose to Vince, the American Badass gimmick would have not ended.
That is true. But this is the thing about it, though. It just pissed me off because it didn't make any sense. The Undertaker Kane rivalry, the story is immaculate. I'll give it that. But the matches are not the best. I'm just saying that right now. The matches are never the best, but the storytelling is immaculate. That's what I'm going to say about that.
The storytelling is incredible.
Personal take on that. And, this match was just solid at its finest. This is when Kane actually had a decent run with the World Championship, actually. And, yeah. I'm not going to say about that, but the Undertaker should have won it. Honestly. He got robbed.
Then who do you think he could have dropped it to if he won?
Triple H at WrestleMania 27.
Ooh.
Wow. All right, Josh.
All right, so where do I even begin? I remember this feud very, very well from my knowledge. To be honest, it was just bullshit how they, had a Buried Alive match when this was the PG era, time and setting in place. I mean, I kind of liked, the whole Undertaker and Kane rivalry because it kind of brought us back to like I know for a lot of the much older fans who grew up with the 90s stuff, they're like, oh, this takes me back, but into a much shittier way. Now, you take a look at it that way where it's, a Buried Alive match, Kane wins, but how do you bury The Undertaker in his own match? Kane is not burying souls and taking them to a new, level. That's the Undertaker's thing, and you should have had Undertaker win and have him as the world champion. But that was back in 09. He had that time. So I guess, Kane's a big star right now. We'll have Kane win. And plus, Kane was pretty popular around that time. But I remember him having matches against Ray and all of Undertaker's past opponents. But to be honest, the match was okay. I thought, the Nexus getting involved made it terrible as it was. But nothing really much to say over here. It's all right.
AJ.
Yeah, man. This was a great feud, man. Back in the Attitude Era, and also the Ruthless Aggression era. But now they did it in the PG era, still kind of weird when they did like buried alive matches, like in the PG era, because like these like or because of these like PG stuff like happening. For example, fucking Nexus ruining the goddamn match. And this was no reason at all. Like, why did they even come to the match? Like, why did they do it? Just because of like something? I don't even know. Vince, obviously the crackhead, don't know what he's doing at the time, and probably added Nexus to this like interference of this match, which ruined it. And you could have got a shovel to dig the dirt out. And like, yeah, I understand why you got the tractor, because it's gotta be hard to like shovel the opponent. But I would prefer that, to be honest, because obviously you got to get muscles in, and obviously, Wyatt, you're making me thirsty for that Sprite right now. By the way, anyways, like I said, this Nets is being added, like in that match. It was so random at all. There was no build up towards that, and there was like no build up after that, and it's just fucking random, and it kind of ruined the match. But overall, this match is an alright match, but definitely has ruined the match pretty much. And White, like I said, that Sprite makes me thirsty. I want some.
No. AJ is thirsty for Wyatt, apparently.
Hey,
I don't have no bath water.
No, it's.
You want money out of it, but we're not gonna get into that.
Okay. Are you done, AJ?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
All right. Next match is for the team. Is for the brand.
Oh, here we go.
SmackDown defeated Team Raw. The team of SmackDown was Alberto Del Rio, The Big Show, Edge, Jack Swagger, Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio,
Yes.
and a man who is now a woman, Tyler Rex.
Yes.
So underrated, dude.
And defeating Team Raw, you have CM Punk, Ezekiel Jackson, John Morrison, The Miz, R-Truth, Santino, and Sheamus.
Bruh.
Wait, who is the second for Team SmackDown?
Who's the second?
Yeah.
Big Show.
Big Show.
Oh, of course.
Well, it's a
And
big
a
show.
former tag team were the captains of the opposite teams.
Rey Mysterio and Sheamus.
Nope. The captain of Team Raw was The Miz, and the captain of Team SmackDown was The Big Show.
Big Show.
Show
Miz.
Show Miz. Love that team.
Very
All
underrated.
right, you ready for the elimination order? So the match was very, 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 the match was just, I really don't know how to describe it. I guess I could call it stale or something, but, let's see. How, the match really, it kind of, why would you have SmackDown win 2 years in a row? The year before was not an elimination match because nobody on Team Raw could get along. And then a year later, you do an elimination and you make SmackDown still win. I think Raw should have won the year before.
Right.
This is totally the Walmart Survivor Series.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. God.
Now for the elimination orders.
Oh no.
Santino Marella was eliminated by Tyler Rex. Then you have Kofi Kingston eliminated by Sheamus by High Cross.
What?
Jack Swagger eliminated by John Morrison by Starship Pain.
Nice.
Tyler Rex eliminated by Sheamus in a bro kick.
No.
Big Show counted out. Sheamus counted out. R-Truth eliminated by Edge. John Morrison eliminated by Edge. Alberto Del Rio eliminated by CM Punk by a backslide.
Good riddance. Fuck yeah.
CM Punk eliminated by Rey Mysterio. Ezekiel Jackson eliminated by Rey Mysterio. And The Miz eliminated by Edge. And Edge and Rey Mysterio so survived.
All right. Nice.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember Rey Mysterio had that black and white gear. White gear. I
He had
think.
that white gear.
Yeah, I love that gear.
It is a good gear.
Great gear.
R-Truth even had that rare theme song that he pretty much only played like one time.
I'm down to get crunk. It's not a fucking Cookie Monster. Okay.
Like, you know, why did you even have Tyler Rex on Team SmackDown, which you basically did nothing with him? Her. Yeah. AJ.
Can I go first, please?
Okay. This match, I could care less for. You know what's even worse? SmackDown still won when Alberto Del Rio threw Rey Mysterio across the barricade and Rey Mysterio got hurt the half of the match.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So AJ, go first.
Here we go.
Yeah. Why? Tyler Rex been eliminated? This man was fucking underrated.
Very.
He could have been the next fucking He could have been like the Drew McIntyre of today. He could have been a beast. But no, WWE had to fuck him up.
She would have been a beast.
She would have. Yeah, whatever. Oh my god. But it's because of fucking John Cena that ruined her career.
John Cena didn't ruin his career.
All right,
The
who did?
fucking Superstar show ruined his career because you were putting him in all these dark matches.
Hold on.
Dark matches.
Big Show? What?
Yeah, what's up?
What happened?
Talk about the match, AJ, not just Tyler Rex.
Yeah, that man deserved a lot. That woman deserved a lot better. But anyways, and also Ezekiel Jackson as well. He could have been something. But anyways, this match overall was not good at all. This was bullshit. You could have had Raw won that. And people were sick and tired of SmackDown winning every time.
That would have made him a better WWE champion.
Exactly. God. You could have had, okay. Oh, this one I was also pissed about. Low T or Caval was on SmackDown and had a 5-minute match with the Big Show. But that was taken away from him from Tyler Rex, which was a good choice. But
Caval, yeah.
Caval. Yeah, I hated that name. I hate that name. I can agree with him. And also, oh my god. Caval could have done a lot more in WWE. He could have done more. And he could have.
Caval wasn't even part of the team, dude.
No, I know, but I know he was not a part of the team. He was for like a good 5 minutes until Tyler Rex just defeated his ass.
Yeah.
In quick fashion. He could have done more, bro. That man could have deserved a lot more. Caval deserved a lot more.
What about the match?
But overall, this match sucked. And I'm glad that Alberto Del Rio got eliminated. That man pisses me off a lot more. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck Alberto Del Rio, you piece of shit. Okay. Anyways, fuck this match.
What about the eliminations, AJ? How'd you feel about those? Sheamus and Big Show eliminated by count out.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
All right.
Big disappointment.
Damn.
Lucas.
Damn. I don't know, maybe that pissed off face. Anyways, with this one, as a child looking at this, I thought I was happy, but looking back on it now, it was mid. It was just basically mediocre, honestly. Not maybe that, but way much we say. It was good to see Rey Mysterio have a solo survivor because I think he never had that. I think
he did at Survivor Series 2010.
Oh yeah, that's right. He had 2010. That was the same year. Holy shit!
Same year. Pay-per-view later.
Holy shit. Okay. Well, I'm talking about like back then before 2010, he didn't have many, but that's like another good thing for his career. And that's another reason why he's going to be a Hall of Famer once he retires. Just because the Grand Slam champion, he won the Rumble. He solo Survivor, main event WrestleMania. I think, but did he make? No, he didn't make best for man. Never mind. He didn't make the best for though. But with that being said, with this match, it was just mediocre. I mean, it was kind of obvious because you have Edge and Ray on SmackDown. Those two around that time are dominant. They're like roaming SmackDown. Hell, even like 4 months later, they had their great match at Elimination Chamber, the final two to Elimination Chamber. It was great. So it was very obvious. So, nothing else to say here.
Joshua.
Oh man, what a terrible fucking match. I mean, very underrated in Tyler Rex. Very underrated guy. Now he's a woman now. He's known as Gabby Tuft. You know, I really didn't expect that coming, you know, after his, you know, departure from the company years ago. I didn't really know that he was stuck in shadow, but, you know, he's doing good right. She's doing good right now. But yeah, the order, the team for Raw was, you know, just, I think, very basic. And, you know, I think a lot of people didn't get along. And you have the Big Show, you have all the suspects that usually you see on a daily basis in that time. I just felt it could have been better. Here's the reason why Bragging Rights is known as the Dollar Store Survivor Series. And I'm glad this pay-per-view got canceled because
Never bring back.
Never bring this back.
Never bring that pay-per-view again. That was shit. And it was a shit idea.
The first one was good. The second one,
cut that shit.
So, yeah, this was a shitty way to end it off. I really don't know what to say much.
All right. Now it's time for the main event of the evening.
Oh, fuck.
Here we go.
All right, you guys ready?
Baby.
Yep.
Wade Barrett defeated Randy Orton by disqualification for Randy Orton to retain the WWE Championship.
Fuck that! Fuck that!
Yep. I remember that.
All right. And as of that, the stipulation was where if Wade Barrett have lost, John Cena would have been fired. But
I mean, wasn't that obvious?
It was so obvious that this was going to end by DQ because Cena didn't want Wade to win the title, and Cena didn't want to get fired.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the match was very basic in my opinion. But it still disappoints me till this day that Wade Barrett never got the WWE title. The only Nexus member besides CM Punk to be WWE champion.
And also John Cena.
Well, John Cena isn't really technically a member of the Nexus.
He was.
Wade Barrett was the only.
He says technically. Technically.
How could Husky Harris become WWE champion, but not Wade Barrett?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But this match, really, even though Randy Orton is still my all-time favorite, it was just too obvious. Like, how'd the match go? They just grapple each other. At the end, ref gets knocked out. You know what fucking happens? Fucking Nexus gets involved.
Ding, ding, ding,
As
ding.
always, fucking Nexus attacks Orton. Cena throws the Nexus all out of the ring. You know what happens then? Cena AA's Wade Barrett and gets him disqualified.
Ding, 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 ding.
Disqualified. You know what? Don't blame him. And you know what happens after the match? Orton RKO's Cena. And then you know what? Orton RKO's Wade Barrett. And do you know what he does? RKO's him again.
Yes.
Very worthless ending. That's all I'm going to say.
Worthless.
Like, this was probably one of the worst ever pay-per-view main events I've ever seen. And this shows bragging rights should never come back.
Exactly.
No.
Randy Orton and John Cena had a damn good Iron Man match, but this match, this all leads to this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
But you know what? I'm going to pass it along to Josh.
I remember watching this match, you know. Well, like, Wade Barrett was a very underrated talent. I enjoyed, you know, his time in WWE, but, you know, he was sadly wasted out of the main title picture. I mean, he got the Intercontinental title a bunch of times, but you could have given the man at least one big title, like the world title. You could have. He was actually, you know, out of, like, besides Gabriel and Bryan, Wade Barrett was my favorite out of the rookies of season 1 of the NXT reality show back in the day. Well, when it was a reality show, like, I realize now as an adult, you know, Wade Barrett had a lot of talent, and you know he could have been a world champion back in the day, and it explains how they used him very, very, very wrong. And when I watched him on TV, you know, if he was on Raw or SmackDown or whatever, you know, match he was put against, you know, I was impressed with his work, and you know, he left, I think, in 2015 and 2016. And then he came back as a commentator. I feel like he should go back in the ring, but now he's, I think, a lot older, so it's gonna kind of be difficult. But I'm glad that he's back, you know, doing something with the company again. He's a good commentator, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But should have been a world champion no matter what.
Like, with Wade, though, I mean, you could have at least gave Wade the title, and then Miz would have cashed in on Barrett.
Yeah, but instead you had Miz cashing on Orton,
which was fine,
but you know,
I mean, hey, we just got the meme of the Mandy Orton girl.
I wish the main event could have been better.
Yep.
I wish that if I could change
Miz girl.
anything, I wish I would have made that main event as better as it is. As it was.
I'm gonna save the best for last. I'm gonna save the right person for last. Lucas.
All right, here we go. So with this one being said, you know, Barrett and Orton, you know, the 2011 rivalry is a lot better than this one. I'm just gonna put it like that. And then this one, it was just basic. We all knew John Cena didn't want to be next in the first place. So, you know, we're going to get himself disqualified, get himself fired from the next, get himself fired from WWE. And then you know what's going to happen next. He comes back. Eventually, kick Barrett down again. So, what's the point of that shit? With that being said, match is basic. Simple, basic shit. Honestly. You have this going on, seriously, like, you had that match going on and you wasted the main event. You could legit have the 10-man tag team match and the main event and call it a day.
Right.
But it pissed me off because it was obvious, and second of all, it pissed me off because of disqualification. So, I mean, yeah. Honestly, I'm not surprised at all with this one. Like, I mean, at least, you know, it was kind of busting to cut. But I would agree with y'all. Wade Barrett should have been champion. Should have been world champion. But, you know, injuries derailed his career. And WWE derailed his career as well. So, I'm not even surprised. Or whatever. Like, you know, Bray Wyatt was champion. Bryan Danielson was champion. And you could have Gable as actually a champion as well. You could have that as well.
Gabriel?
You could.
You could have had Gabriel as like a world champion or a mid-card title.
Justin Gabriel is world champion.
That's just what I think.
The best Gabriel had was lower mid-card.
I saw
That's
higher.
all he had. Lower mid-card.
Well, I saw higher. Again, you see, well, I see higher. And that's the difference between you and me. But anyways, with that being said, It was just basic ass match, and basic shit, honestly. So, I'm not surprised.
All right, you guys
Here we
ready?
go.
Dun, 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 dun,
I'm going crazy. Oh, I'm going crazy. Okay. Okay. This was the worst main event ever. This was weak.
It was worse than Goldberg and The Fiend at Super Showdown.
Yes! You fucking end a main event with a fucking disqualification?
Your camera's off.
Oh, motherfucker. Hold on. I'll be back.
Your camera.
Okay, I'm fucking back. You fucking end a pay-per-view with a disqualification?
That happened.
This shit was random. Are you serious? Randy Orton and Way Barrett can have a better match than that, but a DQ. But this was obvious because Cena, no good dirtbag who ruined Alex Riley's career. Oh,
He didn't ruin Alex Riley's career.
that's what Alex Riley said to himself, I think.
Yeah, but what truly ruined Alex Riley's career was him and Miz's breakup.
Anyways, all right. Anyways, oh my god, this match was fucking stupid, and it was a fucking disqualification. And you had the Nexus come out for the third time already. Are you serious? The third time's a charm. Why? Why? The Nexus was just heavily put in there. It's fucking bullshit, man. Fucking bullshit. Ugh. This match sucked. This was the worst ending of the pay-per-view, and I'm glad that shit's not coming back ever again. And I hope to God they never bring it back. That will be a stupid idea for WWE, and plus, they better not bring that shit back because Survivor Series is way better.
The bragging rights this year, I'm calling it.
So fuck this match, and I'm fucking done.
Yep. All right,
Done with
now
this
we're going to
pay-per-view.
get down to the ratings.
I know
Here we
what I'm
go.
giving this pay-per-view.
Hey,
Me
AJ,
too.
you're hold on. Everyone's going to go around.
Breather.
And we're gonna give our rating. Me, you know what I'm going to freaking rate it? I'm going to rate it a freaking 2.
Good.
I'm rating a freaking 2. Or maybe 2, 3. Maybe a
Or
3.
4 or 5. I'm kidding.
No, maybe a 3. Because Taker and Kane had good storytelling to their match. Like, hold on. As I think of it, fuck it, I'm giving it a 2. You know what?
Yeah,
Let's start with Lucas. Rating.
I'm getting a 1. I'm getting a 1.5.
1.5. Mine's a
I'm
2.
just being honest. Like, Undertaker and Kane match was solid as best, mediocre as best. Tag team match mediocre as best. The main event sucked. The tag team match sucked. The Divas match sucked. Almost everything seen in this match sucked except for Bryan and Ziggler.
That was actually mine.
Yep. So
Josh.
Oh man, I'm gonna give it a 2. A big
AJ.
fat,
0.
a big fat 2.
Okay.
Now let me tell you, before AJ you go, I'll tell you why. I'll give it a 2 because half the cards sucked major balls.
7/8, so I think more like.
And it only had one good match, so you got your 2. Big L, take the L.
Bad pay-per-view month continues.
Then right.
Are you
AJ.
ready? Are you ready
Ready?
for my rating?
A 0.
No. This pay-per-view is getting a 0.0. A big fat 0.
A big fat one, right?
Yeah. The only
0.
good thing was the Daniel Bryan and Ziggler match. But all the matches
That was
fucking
pretty good
suck.
match. Yep.
It's a big one.
Fuck bragging rights.
Badass
Fuck bragging
zero.
rights. That
I'm
shit
a-
sucked.
Brag your right.
Okay. Okay, ready to. All right, ready? Ladies and gentlemen, that ends off for another episode here in the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. Hope you all enjoyed the episode. Hope you all enjoyed all of our rants on the pay-per-view. Please stay tuned for tomorrow's episode, which is Extreme Rules 2018. I may not be on for that, but these guys possibly will.
Yeah. Yep.
You can give everyone a follow on all their social medias, and you can give us a follow on all of our socials, even the podcast itself. You could give Nick a free call on Skype. And also, hope everyone is having a happy, healthy, safe February, and support independent wrestlers, support the podcast, and be kind to every one of another.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas.
Yeah, so thank you all so much for watching AJ pretty much lost his fucking brain in this episode. Thank you guys for watching this episode of exploding episode of Crash and Burn. Basically, AJ Crash and Burn there. He's gonna bite the dust here probably an hour, probably falling asleep.
And no one bites the dust.
No one bites a dick. Anyways.
No one bites the dust.
But yeah, I'm just gonna say thank you guys for watching. It's great to be back on Crash and Burn again and doing bad pay-per-views again. You know, I must say Super Showdown sucked as well. Tiger and Goldberg sucked. And that's what I gotta say about that. And yeah, you see me on She Moves tomorrow. Which is I'll get into that in a moment. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna say about that, you know. I'm gonna say right now, I said from Moscow yesterday, prayers for Ukraine. As they go through, you know, tough times right now with, you know, all the things going on. I'm not gonna say it, but you know, prayers for them, all the innocent people that are going through this. We pray for your self recovery.
Prayers to Ukraine.
Yeah, prayers to Ukraine. We all love him. We all love you. You know, as you know, different countries. I know we don't see eye to eye or whatever, but you know, when things come to this, you know, we gotta support no matter what.
Yeah.
Josh.
All right. Thank you guys for watching this episode of the fastest rising podcast in professional Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed our rants, rampage, and impact during this episode as we ranted about Bragging Rights 2010. If you guys want to watch through this shit pit of a pay-per-view yourselves, I prepare for you to hold yourself back and not explode. Anyhow, follow all these amazing people on their socials. Definitely follow the podcast TikTok page. We combined all three podcasts into one, so you guys will see highlights from all three podcasts. We also have one for this specific podcast. We're going to be doing some wrestling content very, very soon, so be sure to follow both TikTok pages linked in the description. If you guys want to see more of AJ's rants, comment down below with a random emoji or whatever. And also, like Lucas said earlier, prayers go out to Ukraine. You know, we may not live in a foreign country where we speak a foreign language, but our heart revolves around everybody around us and the entire, you know, nation. So Ukraine, you know, we're praying for you. We hope you guys get through this. You guys don't deserve this. And, you know, we're hoping you guys look for the best. So just stay safe out there, and, you know, everything will get better little by little. So just hang tight. We're praying for you guys. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for Extreme Rules 2018 pay-per-view review coming tomorrow as the time of recording, as well as a Moshcast recording for a Lorna Shore album. We're going back into the deathcore stuff. And stay tuned for some more cinematic analysis. Subscribe to all three podcasts. Do what you got to do. And yeah, remember, we will see you guys in the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for watching, people.
Yeah. Don't worry, y'all. Bad pay-per-view month is almost over. Next month, we'll get to review some good pay-per-views. So,
Me too.
AJ, end it off.
My voice for that. Thank you. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching another episode of the Crash and fucking Burn Wrestling Podcast. And I hope you guys enjoyed me ranting about this pay-per-view. And I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. And if you want to go watch this shitty pay-per-view, go for it. Doesn't matter. I don't recommend it at all. Fucking terrible pay-per-view. And also, go follow our TikTok page. Called well, we combined all three podcasts: Cinematic Analysis, Moshcast, and Crash and Burn. Where you're gonna find us at Crash_Mosh_analysis. If I'm right on that. But anyways, okay, find us there for like behind the scenes or highlights from the podcast, and also go follow our another TikTok page, which is exclusively to Crash and Burn on TikTok, where we're gonna do wrestling content very soon. Stay tuned. And also, on behalf of everyone here on the Crash and Burn, we are praying for the Ukraine as that happened recently, like going war. I hope to God
War is not the answer.
No.
war is absolutely not the answer.
Praying for you.
They should solve it with a therapist. Anyways,
Mm.
and also I just want to say that I hope Ukraine really survive through this, and I hope to God they just don't deal with this ever again, because they don't absolutely deserve this. And anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching, and the Last Warrior is out. Pray for you, Ukraine, and thank you for watching.
We're praying for you. All
right, bye.
All right, guys, take care.
Take it easy.
All right, y'all.
Lucas,
All
something.
right, I'll see y'all later. See you tomorrow.
Crash and burn!